in a reasonable shape before you left.
Yes, but after I left, all the people who are in the clan, I've seen them put out applications for higher rank clans. So I have the sneaky suspicion that clan ain't going to exist for much longer.
No, that's
Did you
not
at
on
least
you.
hand off leadership to somebody and actually tell them, hey, I would like to give you this leadership?
I did, and I asked for permission too, because
Awesome sauce.
I didn't like when it was done to me, but
Yeah.
they didn't respond in a timely manner, so I gave it to them anyways.
See, that
Baby
Oh.
steps. Baby steps.
Oh.
All right, let's get started for the afternoon. Playing D&D with my friends. Oh, freak. I never messaged to see if Blizz is showing up. I have, somebody, I have somebody interested in playing D&D with, or with, in Ilderon, and they want to play a, essentially a himbo, beautiful, strong character.
Isn't that like half this party?
And I was just like, well, I might have a spot for you. Just hold your breath.
What?
We'll see. But if
What class?
I don't think he had. It was his first character, or his first time
Barbarian.
interested. But if you guys are
Okay.
interested in getting another player for your group, let me know, because I can definitely have a
I don't
conversation
mind.
with them later this week.
So did another barbarian joining the party.
Flex harder. Flex harder. That's the competition.
No, I think if he wants to be a himbo, I think Bard would probably be this route.
Yeah, and you guys could definitely use a bard. They are beautiful buff sticks. Okay, we are live. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the Gladiators, Saga 1, Session 24 of their campaign. I do believe, hopefully I put the title in right. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Everything you're going to see is live storytelling. If you are under the age of 14, please stop and talk to your parents, because you'll see content that's inappropriate for you. And we're playing in a homebrewed world of our own creation. You can Google search it. It is Ilderon. It is beautiful. There's lots of cool stuff in the setting, and we hope you enjoy it. Since we're starting late, I'm just going to jump straight into the recap and kind of breeze through it. If there's anything important that I miss, feel free to jump in. We started last session inside of the city of... Come on, brain, do the thinky think. Oh, Sky's Reach. The party had a bit of downtime as they were getting ready for the... Or as they were entering into the arena tournament. The arena tournament. And I think this one is called the Windswept Rounds is the name of the arena. I will have to look at that later. In any case, though, the party split and went about different things throughout the day. We time skipped the 35th of Noble into the 36th of Noble. And... or we time skipped the 35th into the 36th, and then that is where last session picked up from. The party found out that they could not enter into the arena tournament because the administrator of the Windswept Rounds had gone missing. The party also got various contacts. Each individual contact that the party gained is listed in a document that I will make sure and link for everybody so that you guys still have access to it. People made some friends, people made some enemies. It was mostly a good time. And then finally, there was one more thing that I needed to cover. Oh yeah, XV went to return to the party. She found a interesting character on the beach, and unfortunately, she never made it back to the party. She was kidnapped and abducted. That said, the party woke up the next morning. Everybody was together. XV was there, and some of her powers weren't working. the party left to see why XV's powers weren't working, and they split with XV and Regis, and I believe C's headed with those two, and Brewbark and Tumbutu went to inquire more about the arena organizer. So that is where we're not going to pick up there. We're going to pick up on the kidnapping. So just because we have such a short window for this group to play, I handled some things off screen for the sake of time, and that, you know, everybody's not sitting around listening to me and Jordan roll dice. Jordan, XV was taken from the school she was at and led into a passageway. It was underground and it was dark, and it led somewhere deeper into the city. You were then put in a dungeon with about 3 dozen other people here. There were quite a few people in this place. The place wasn't very well guarded. It seemed that they were abducting important officials and perhaps influential people who might not be the most powerful to resist abduction, and inserting these doppelgangers in their place. XV did try to break out, and things didn't go very well for her. And what I will do is I'll just roll. I'll roll 2d4. Nope, that's a lie. I was gonna say I'll roll 2d4 and you'll lose spell slots equal to the level of each d4. But you're a warlock. All your spells are the same slot.
Haha. I'm not just a warlock. I'm also a sorcerer, so I do have spell slots.
Okay, I'll do both. You'll lose one warlock spell slot at level 2, and you'll lose a third level. You'll lose a third level sorcerer spell slot, and
third level sorcerer spells spell slots yet.
Okay, well then just lose another second level. And you take 11 points of damage in the failed debacle. However, as XV is trying to fight her way out and she is being thrown back into her cell, another guild does bust in, and they do liberate their guildmate. And unfortunately, killing the guard who was handling XV. XV and a couple other people have the opportunity to get out of here. You know the guild by their sigil only. It is of a black flower. I don't know the name of this flower, but I'm pretty sure it's a type of lily. Let me Google search it. Dragon lily? That is not it. I can illustrate it for you. You know them. Lotus. There we go. It's a lotus. You know
black
them...
lotus.
Yes, you know them by their sigil. It is.
I know them by the magic card.
Yeah, it is of a lotus. It is colored black. In either case, you are free to roam the city for the night. Do you want to give me a heading, because you don't know where your party's settled? And
it's still the middle of the night.
No, I will say it's the morning. I'll say it's the morning.
Okay, so mornings people are starting to get up and get ready.
Yeah.
I guess I'll make my way to the arena, figuring I'll meet somebody there.
Cool beans. I will get to you when I get to you. All right. The rest of the party. You are. Let's pick up with XV, and you know what? No, let's do this. we'll pick up with the group heading towards the. Gosh, I don't know which group I want to start with. I want to start with both.
Go to the arena. Go to the arena.
Okay, what do you? That's a good idea. What do you guys, as players, which group do you want to start with?
We'll start with the arena.
Arena group.
Okay.
It would be great to have a Spider-Man pointing at each other moment.
All right. So, let's do this. The group, Brewbark and Tumbutu, you are heading to the Windswept Rounds.
We also have Tenon with us, right?
Oh, Tayden, yes, she is there too, with you all. Let me pull up my notes for this too, because I need those. Boom. Okay, you all are heading to the Windswept Rounds. This, just like the just like the arena says. So where you guys have performed in other arenas before, those giant open amphitheaters, so much of Lil Nagai, or so much of Sky's Reach is built upon itself. The Windswept Rounds is no different. Each of the tiers of this arena are built into a section of the town. And this is in Honor's Reach on the outer edge. There are different platforms and almost like different platforms which would serve as kind of like almost public parks on each of these. It is a tiered... That's the word I'm looking for, a terrace. It is a tiered terrace cascading down into each one of these. They are all built around the central space. The amphitheater in the middle is kind of a circular stage in the middle of almost what is this park. In itself, this place is almost a fairgrounds of sorts. And there are different guilds out here displaying different talents, different people have stands up and performing skills with all different types of magic. People, I wouldn't say it's as simply as juggling, but maybe using like illusions to kind of play up the grandeur of their performances, as this is a place of primarily entertainment. There is a large building on the premises, and it appears to be a guild hall of sorts. The building itself has several different rooms in it. And I will say you guys are able to walk into this place. And let's see, who all is here currently? Unfortunately, there are not a lot of people in here. Your footsteps echoing in the chambers. In the main lobby, there is a fountain here. And I will roll a d4 of who is here, and I will roll another die of how important they are. Okay. As you guys step in, I need one more die. I'm gonna give them a faction. Okay. As you guys step into this place and your footsteps echo on the marble floor, it sounds terrifyingly empty in here. There is a lone woman with a ledger standing in front of a fountain, or in front of the fountain here. She is looking around. You all would loosely recognize her. You don't know who she is, but her clothes denote her as a member of the Risen, and that is those bureaucrats who have been all over town passing out pamphlets, collecting tariffs, and just being the eyes, ears, and hands of the Sky Queen. That said, she is alone in here, and she looks towards you all as you come in, and she will start approaching Brewbark, Tumbutu, and Tated.
Greetings. I am Brewbark from Fate Blood, and we seek entry into the tournament. We understand that there was a incident preventing the tournament from proceeding. Can you provide any information on how we can smooth this over and make this tournament happen?
She's going to bow and say, Ilyaria, I'm Devra, Risen of Elegance. I'm actually in the same situation as you. There's been a lot of confusion going on at the rounds lately. She looks around and says, I was hoping you could tell me where the circle has gone.
Please elaborate. We're new to town, and we do not know the infrastructure as well as you do. We might be able to help if you give us more information.
She's going to say, I've been dispatched by the Sky Queen herself. Unfortunately, there's been some issues questioning the motives, and some of those involved in the are within the ranks of the Fey Felon Circle. And to ensure that the windswept rounds were safe to operate, we were told to come here and inspect their guild house, but she gestures and says, we arrived, and unfortunately, the place is empty. There are footsteps from the balcony above. You are going to see another woman wearing a similar uniform, except she's got white trousers and a military vest under her cloak. She walks out and says, the place is empty. Their chambers, too. A lot of their possessions are still here. I suspect somebody came in the night. They might have upset some other members of a rival circle. The woman downstairs, who's currently talking to you, is going to say, oh dear.
I may not have answers, but would you be willing to allow me and my friends to take a quick look also? I'm happy to have you supervised.
She is going to nod and say, well, yes, I'll get a Sunyeth order here too to secure their properties until we can contact more members of their circle. She gestures for you to move past, or rather to go where you please. For your benefit, there is a room to the there's a room directly to the east. There's also a room to the southeast. There is another room to the west. Heading westward, that connects with the rest of the house. If this was... Oh, I can draw! Haha! If you were to think of this house like a H, let's see, maybe this will work? No. Oh, it's drawing in black for some reason. How strange. Okay. I'm about to draw, but I'm gonna draw in not black. If you were to think of this as an H, the house is kind of shaped like this. You all are here. There is a circular fountain on the first floor, and that's not the whole shape of the house. There's more stuff over here and over here, but I'm just giving you the overview of it. There's a second floor. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's Hayden's investigation? Just curious.
Is she? I will not tell you what her investigation is. I will tell you if she's good at it.
Deal.
Tayden is smart because, it is her job to advise, or it was her job to advise people, back when she lived on Soromangan. Investigation's not something she was ever trained in, though. Oh,
I would feel better with her leading investigation and me giving her an aid.
Okay. I also want to do one last thing, as I will say that you guys are able to poke around this area. And I'll say while this is happening, you guys are going to hear another set of footsteps enter into this building. XV, you are here, tattered and as put together as you are, looking for your guild. Unfortunately, you were here, I believe, the day before. This place was much more populated. Give me a history check, by the way. This is
1 second.
$3.99.
History check. I don't remember it much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long night for you. Okay. Tayden, helped, assisted by Brewbark, you all begin looking around these premises, and you are going to find, let's see, give me a room 1 through 6, because I don't want to just I don't want to just sit here and keep rolling all night.
5.
5? Okay. Cool. Interesting. You are going to you are going to look around, kind of perusing through each of these areas of the building. Finally, you get to the western side of the building, just looking through the first floor, looking for signs of what was going on here, or at least what happened. When you get into the far western room, this room is a wardrobe for some of the people that call this, that, more permanently live here. Tayden begins poking around. Within this area, there is a basket of robes that are to be taken to some sort of laundromat or lavanderist, and you in that basket, she is going to pull out a dagger. And that was in there, and she's going to I need a evens or odds check.
Evens, and I'd also like to look at this as well.
Okay. As she turns over the basket, noticing that things in here have been rummaged, The dagger is going to fall out of the basket. The dagger itself is gilded. It seems ornamental, except when she picks it up, she is going to sneer. And I'm going to roll one more check, and then she is going to sneer and drop the weapon as it seems to singe her skin. And she's gonna say, well, obviously something happened here. At this XV, I'll say you're able to hear Taden's voice and narrow in on the party.
All right. Am I like walking into the room now?
Yeah, they're on the far western side of this building, rummaging through a wardrobe. You can see Taden holding her hand, and you can also see Brewbark and Tumbutu there looking at this weapon that has fallen to the floor.
All right. When I see them, before I call out them, I want to check their shadows.
Okay, give me a perception check.
21.
21. That is a great flipping perception check. It's actually pretty dark in this wardrobe room. It's really difficult to tell, but to the best of your ability, you can see that they have shadows. Also, hey, Brewbark, XV's back. Regus and C's are still missing.
Oh my gosh, XV. What happened to you? You do not look the same as you did this morning.
XV is going to look over at Brewbark and then telepathically go, that wasn't me this morning.
Hey, your power's back.
I've been in a dungeon all night.
If you were in a dungeon all night, who were we with this morning?
Someone captured me on the coastline and used my shadow to create a doppelganger of me.
What?
Say that again.
Well, do I know what a doppelganger is?
You can roll a history check. I'll say it's difficult lore. So Brewbark, you have heard of doppelgangers before. They're pretty rare, and you're pretty sure they come from Elven lore, although you're not exactly sure the process of creating them. But yeah, you've heard enough about them to just kind of be familiar with the concept.
Actually, are you okay? Like, do you need any healing or anything? You look pretty beat up.
I'm good for the time being.
So now we have a rogue XV running around. We might have to handle that.
I was just going to say, did you mention that C's and Regus were with me?
I will now. Regus and C's are with you. I mean, not you. I mean, I don't know.
Well, they're probably in danger then.
Good thing we know where they're going. I guess we're... unless Hayden or Tumbutu chime in, I think we're going to drop what we're doing. Actually, wrap the dagger and take that with us. And then start running.
I also want to throw out there that doppelgangers don't have shadows. So be on the lookout for anybody who doesn't cast a shadow.
Thank you. I will try and keep an eye out for that. Brandon, I would like to wrap the dagger and try and put that into my bag. Yes, I'm stealing evidence.
Okay. I will.
Tambutu says he wants to hold the dagger. Wait,
Tumbutu, you
does
pick it up.
Tambutu try and pick it up? Is the question?
Give me a
Yeah, he tries to catch it.
Constitution saving throw. All right. I'm gonna take the 16. You don't have disadvantage on it. You are actually successful in this. As you pick up the dagger, you feel it singe your skin, and it's not necessarily like painful as in heat. More of like, this is gonna sound stupid, but if you've ever like bitten aluminum foil and it just has that really nasty chemical reaction with your teeth where it just doesn't feel good, it's like that, where this thing just doesn't connect with like living things. Like it feels sickening to hold, and it passes. At which point you are able to hold the dagger. As you do, Tayden, who has been holding her hand, is going to look at the palm of her hand, the flesh in areas where the skin had melted a little bit together. The curse begins fading. She looks down and says, seems it can only affect one person at a time.
Congratulations, Tabutu, you are now cursed.
With that, you guys can oh my god, you guys can step out of this room. As you,
I'm gonna speak for Tambutu and say that he puts it away so it isn't just walking around with a dagger.
As you guys step out into the room in greater light, everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
XP sees all.
Give me one for Tumbutu too.
Tumbutu too.
Tumbutu too. Tumbu 4. XV and Tumbutu, as you guys step back out into the lit walkways of this guild house, you are going to notice XV does not have a shadow either.
Actually, I thought that only doppelgangers didn't have their shadow. Where's yours? As I put my hand on my sword.
It's like, I explained they used my shadow to create the doppelganger. That's why I no longer have mine either.
Okay, I take my hand off my sword. Okay. So we'll start heading a straight line towards the Linigai towers where they had the healers and people. I thought it was pretty close.
There was a Sunyeth church. I actually just rolled it up in between sessions. The name of the cathedral is Vithora's Hollow.
Alright. Straight line as fast as possible. I'd say running, but not going full out.
Brandon, do I have any levels of exhaustion from being up all night?
You were able to short rest.
Okay.
It was the breakout that caused you the injuries and the stuff I took from your character.
Okay.
That said, all right, you guys make your way towards Vithora's Hollow. We will come back to you. For now, let's jump over to let's jump over to the other members of the party. XV, Regus, and C.
Yee.
As you guys are walking, XV looks horrifically concerned over what has been going on. At which point, she's finally going to speak up and say, I know we've been through a lot on the past few islands we've been on. It just seems everywhere we go to, there's always another problem.
Yeah. Well,
It's life.
yeah. What, you think this place is going to be safer just because it's a bigger city? No, it just means there's more places for little problems to hide. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I hear these are some of the best healers around. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
She nods and says, just whatever's going on here, I don't want to get swept up in it. We had a really simple mission when we started out.
Yeah, but we've had all these adventures. And really, we said we were going to get on the path of glory. Look at the last situation we were in. How much glory was that? It was awesome. Huge. How many people can say I've fought an enormous fungus beast? Short list. And survived! Even shorter.
At which point, XV is going to sigh and just say, just wish I was more useful in that fight at the arena.
It happens. It's okay.
You know, you could call the clone Effie just to, you know. So you're not saying XV, you're da-da-da when both of them meet up.
They are XV. That is just for my brain to process. Alright. You all continue on this path through Honor's Reach and into Honor's Walk. The city today is... The city today has a nice spark of life to it. The streets aren't as populated, but everybody seems to be glowing. People are a little bit more boisterous. A couple of people are laughing at the mandates that have been given out. Not sure if they're fulfilling their obligatory laughing at the winds or not. But nonetheless, it is a pretty pleasant day in Sky's Reach. Heading into the center of Honor's Walk, you guys are going to get to Vithora's Hollow. This place is built into the center section of the upper city. A lot of the city is terrace. There are walkways leading up into the main cathedral, but the whole stone platform, or rather the whole stone foundation of this building, it is three-tiered, and there are gardens out in front of it. But also there are stairwells leading around the walls that make up the outside of their gardens into the lower part of the city. This temple occupies both the upper city and the lower city. Going into the main halls, who is here to greet you guys? Stepping into the halls here, there are going to be several different Sunyith orders moving about in different directions, and conversations happening in small pockets of groups. The echoes of people are reverberating in this building. Through all of the glass windows, sunlight is pouring in here, and there are two statues with their hands raised over another statue of stone. However, the statue in the middle of stone seems to it is of marble, but it seems to resemble some sort of large crystal that it's depicting. The two women appear to be dancing around it. This main chamber is the main chamber of the Hollow, and underneath each of these statues and around the monolith in the middle, there is a public pool that people are wading into, or there would be another line of people with bouquets of flowers waiting to deposit them in the waters. Nobody immediately greets you guys. XV is going to exhale and say, I hate talking to people.
You hate talking in general. This is not anything new. Look for somebody that's in some kind of uniform. Walk up to them. How do I find a healer around here?
Let's see. I'll roll you a random check, and well, let me grab more notes. You are going to see a man turn around. He's got some Dorai features. He smiles, and as he blinks, his eyes are going to change colors just a little bit. He says, healer? Well, let me see if I can find one. Oh, there it is. Points at himself. He says, the goddess's blessings with you.
Oh, good. I don't need any help. My friend over here, however, seems to have lost her telepathy.
He turns and looks at XV and says, come, child. She steps forward. He inspects her over, and he's going to say, do you mind if I take an opportunity to inspect her?
No. Ask her.
He's going to gesture and say, come, they have rooms for the healers to perform their rituals, and beds for the patients who need the rest. She nods, looking back concerned at the party as she walks away.
Sees goes along.
Okay.
Kind of like walks along, assuming, not even asking that there's any kind of privacy concern or whatever.
Regis goes with.
All right. He is going to lead you guys to a. He's going to lead you to a hall overlooking the outer wall of, or that goes through the outer wall of this structure. The different windows just looking into the lower city. The hallway and the wall itself are lined with small rooms. These rooms not being bigger than, maybe 10 by 10 feet, with a bed and just a little bit of walking space in here.
CXV, you're in good hands now. This place is way better than the army med tent. I don't even have to shoo away flies around here. And you have actual floor, not just dirt. No screaming, too.
He's going to nod as he puts his as he is going to look into a cabinet that's built into the floor, take out a book, put it on top of it. He'll start reading over it and say, and I'm assuming you've already checked to see if your friend's affected by cursed magic?
I don't know where she would have run into something like that, and I have not the means to do that.
He's going to nod. He will begin casting a spell. He takes a moment to examine her. And after that, he's going to cast another spell and say, try now. At which point, she'll look at C's. And
he stares at her.
Yeah. She'll say, I still don't think it's working. He'll bite his lip.
I got nothing.
He'll bite his lip, and he will dig into the cabinet again and say, this might take a little while, as he fills a basin with water, chants over it. It's about 40 minutes or so before finally he tilts the basin back into the vial. He's going to hand it to her and say, whatever is afflicting you, I advise rest. Hopefully in time and proper conditions, you'll feel your strength return to you. He hands her the holy water and says, in your daily routines, try bathing with this for the night. If it doesn't work, come back tomorrow.
So wait a second. That's holy water?
He
Is
nods.
that all you did? So you're just worried she's like rolled around in something evil?
He's going to say, well, it doesn't appear that any magic's affecting her. If anything, I'd say it has to be a predicament of circumstances. I don't command an order myself, but I suppose that would be the next step, having one follow your friend around here.
Because the thing is, we were around each other more or less the whole time, except for she did go do some practicing yesterday. And, I mean, before that, we were on the boat, and everything was fine on the boat, couple days, nothing weird there. So, I guess it's possible. I don't know. Should there be any kind of smoking or screaming or other weird stuff going on with this possible evil influence thing getting on the holy water? Is that going to do something?
He'll think about it for a second and say, you're not a demon, are you? Exvi shakes her head. Devil? Shakes her head. Ghost? Shakes her head. Terai? Shakes her head. He's gonna say, she should have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Exvi is going to get up, stretch, sigh, pout, and say, that's unfortunate. I guess it's the slow life for us then. Are you all going to be comfortable missing this arena match for me?
Why would we need to miss it?
Well, say we weren't signed up yet.
She's going to nod and say, well, even though I was taken out so fast at the last one, I don't know. Thought I was a valuable member of the guild.
You did a fine job or in other circumstances, and honestly.
And imagine if you didn't have me.
Well, yeah. Hey, would you stop talking like that? Yes, we intend to keep you around. Okay? That guy hit harder than just about anything we run into. And normally we can keep someone away from you, and this time was not the case because they were teleporting or whatever the heck that was. So you need to relax about that. Hey, mister, do you have anything for courage? She seems to have lost some of her courage as well.
Rude. Does he? He's as he's packing up his books in here, he's going to look over his shoulder and say, I know a good tavern down in Discipline's reach.
No. That reduces inhibitions, not worries in that way. It's different. Well, okay, it looks different. Heck if I know. Does that actually work?
Courage.
Well, actually, I guess it works for Timbuktu.
Actually, was shrugged.
Yeah, but I don't know I want a drunk caster in a arena battle with me. Drunk monk is something else. Alright, well, I guess we'll make you take your holy water bath and see how it goes.
She's going to roll her eyes and say, gee, while I try and recover my magics, I couldn't think of anything worse for you all than having to lounge around in luxury in Sky's Reach. So terribly unfortunate. Obviously, sarcasm in her voice.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're not sitting on our laurels around here. Just because you have to use your lips to talk and things doesn't mean you're off the hook. You can still cast and such, it's just, a little bit less useful. You can't mind speak with somebody and go, hey, rush them. And yell out loud, everybody, defensive position. You can't do that. That trick doesn't work. But you never do that anyway, so who cares?
She's going to nod, holding her vial and beginning to walk out. Okay. Do you guys want to do anything else here before you depart?
Kind of want a second opinion, but that would probably be insulting the guy.
You could ask for one.
I'll look at who else is with us.
It is you, Regus, C's, and XV.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, there's two C's?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm sorry.
I've got a doppelganger too.
Surprise! There's another C.
Wait, we're not going to fuck with this. We're just going to go in with two of us. Yes! High five. Clang. Anyway, so what do you think, Regis? Second opinion? You think this guy was just, not awesome, maybe?
Brandon, just
Or do you
as
feel like he did okay?
XV's player, XV would just be dejected and then like solemnly start walking back to the tavern.
Okay.
I think they're all quacks, but if the quack knows what he's talking about, then that should be fine.
All right. I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much out of Tayden, or at least used to army clerics that usually check for evil influences and curses and things like that right away, but I would think if it was something like that, she would have noticed.
What do you expect from someone who grew up in a hoity-toity religion? Thinks,
Yeah,
you know,
well, it's not the growing
thinks
up
that
in
the
religion.
city's safe.
Right. That's probably the big issue right there. I'm used to, like I said, army clerics where they're, they don't even shake your hand or say hi or salute or whatever until they've made sure you're not under some kind of evil influence or cursed or something like that. But that was the kind of army we were fighting.
I was in an orphanage in the slums. You don't really trust much people.
Yeah, I suppose.
Especially if they're wearing something that says that they worship somebody.
I don't know. I think it depends on who they're worshiping and that individual and a few other things. That, the only thing you can trust is whatever you put on paper and get them to sign or whatever, but by golly, those are solid. And some of them not so much, but yeah, it varies, I guess. I don't know. I felt like I could trust the chain of command most of the time to, do what they thought was right, or, occasionally you could trust them to do something stupid. And the army medics, you could always trust them to, do their best and that kind of stuff.
Okay. You all are able to start leaving the Thora's Rise. Brewbark, XV, and Tumbutu. Give me survival checks.
I also want to mention one thing as I roll the survival check.
Okay.
Because XP told me that the doppelganger looks just like him, and I'm assuming we're about to go meet up with the other one. I'm going to ask him to wrap himself with like the hempen rope, so that if they try and point fingers, that we know which one was which.
XP identifies as a female.
I was just about to say, isn't XP a girl?
She also has tits and a thick ass, so.
Well, I mean, let's wrap her with something to identify her. Sorry, my apologies.
That is a smart thing.
Okay, what do you guys have to tie around XV? XV, your possessions are missing, by the way.
I have hemp and rope. That's simple.
XV shakes her head at that. She.
Would you
we're
like
walking through the city, right? Can I just go to like a nearby stall and buy like a really nice looking scarf?
If somebody else buys it for you. I haven't taken your character's gold. It's on the doppelganger.
I have $0 to my
So about that, let's see. I actually, strange thing is, I did make a cloth merchant for different purposes for tonight. But why not introduce her now? You will run into a cloth merchant who will sell you a scarf. And I'll roll a d4 on how much. Here it is. I'll roll you 2d6 on how much silver the scarf will cost you. This wrap of cloth is going to cost you guys 5 silver. And somebody's got to cough it up. Because you know what? We'll roleplay this out. XV, you head, as you're on your way into Honor's Walk, you'll stop at a you'll stop at a stand and try and buy some cloth. There is a merchant here. She is selling several different wraps. All each of them have flowery embroidery within the sewing linen fabric. They're all decorated.
Okay.
And you can find scarves of any different color. She sees you browsing the ware. She is going to. She's going to say, Ilderon, citizen, each of these are going to cost you 5 silver. If you want to make your own, I can sell you a cut of canvas for a little bit cheaper.
XV is going to look at herself and then realize that she doesn't have her bag on her. And then look towards her party mates with a, "Can you please buy this for me?"
With your
And then
rhubarb.
Well, there's
Rhubarb is gonna then turn to
Tatum's
the-
also there. Tatum's also there.
Oh, Tatum is
And-
there. I forgot about that.
Mom!
Mom, I'm broke. I got mugged.
Tatum is going to exhale and pull out the pocketbook.
XV is going to tell her telepathically that she'll pay her back after she gets her stuff back.
Before Tatum pays, the woman is going to say, I've kind of entered into a little bit of a jarred bean myself. Perhaps we could exchange services if you all are struggling for funding.
XP tilts her head to the side, curious as to what the proposition is.
She will nod and say, my brother joined a mercenary company a few weeks back, and things were going pretty well for him. They do some pretty dangerous jobs, but I don't know if you have a orange contractor in your midst. I haven't heard from him in the past 2 days.
XP shakes her head. She doesn't know of any orange contractors in our midst.
She nods and says, well, I'd be willing to trade a scarf for information. In either case, she is going to grab a blue one off of the hook that it's blowing in the breeze on and offer it forward. Tatum is going to take the 5 gold, or take the 5 silver and exchange it for the scarf. She's going to then say, I told you all I'd equip you. It's coming out of the funding that I set aside for that.
XP nods.
You can add a blue scarf to XP's inventory. You can add it to your regular sheet because I am keeping up with that. I'll know whatever's at the bottom the doppelganger doesn't have access to.
With that being said, I think we need to make haste to rejoin our party before anything bad happens.
Okay. On this road, by the way, that was why I had you guys roll that survival check. XV, passing by in the crowd, you are going to see a metal man. And wait a second, that's your metal man. And that's your you. Next to him. You don't see Regus, he's too short.
Fair enough.
Yeah, across the thoroughfare.
Wait,
Waiting through... Go ahead.
Okay. On sight of C's, XV's going to telepath and go, C's behind you.
C's whips around. Does he see the other XV?
Yes. I was rolling a check of if she was behind or not behind him. Yes, she is behind him.
Okay. Look at that one. Look at the one next to him.
No.
Grab. Go ahead.
Allow me to better set the scene. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
These thoroughfares are like, you guys are in a major city. It's not that, you're just going to walk by each other and it's like, oh, hey, it's you. It's like, imagine, you're at a mini mall and it's like all the way on the other side of the food court. It's like, hey, that kind of looks like, wait a second. And I would say, I'm going to say 100 feet plus 1d100 of distance.
Okay.
They might be 180 feet away from you. As far as like what C's realizes.
Okay.
XV and the other group are intentionally looking for you guys. That's why I made them roll the survival check of like, they are sifting through the crowd. So in the distance, 180 feet away, you guys notice C's, XV, and Regus. C's, XV, and Regus are not intentionally looking for Brewbark, Toombutu, XV, and Tatum.
Right, but if C's gets a "Hey, C's behind you" in his head,
yes,
then I would like a perception check.
Okay, go for it.
But Brandon was also saying that the fake XV was behind you.
Yes, fake XV is behind you. Fake
okay.
XV is behind you. Real XV is 180 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. I thought fake XV was next to him or in front of him. Speaking of which, by the way, he's realizing like, oh crap, I needed to go back to that same area where the healing temple area was, so I can start getting contracts. And I don't know if we've already moved away from that area or not.
I'm gonna put this check on Jordan. Is XV waving at C's?
Yes.
Okay, if XV is waving, that 15 is going to succeed, so C's. XV is behind you. You start scanning the crowd. In the distance, you see a woman who looks very similar to XV waving at you. You also loosely recognize Toombutu and Taden. Once again, not Toombutu, Brewbark and Taden. Toombutu is too short.
Right. Okay, so he looks at the one next to him and he looks at the one in the distance and grabs the one next to him.
Give me a contested grapple check.
Okay.
As you go to grab her, she's going to say, "Hey, I will not be."
And actually, when he says that, he'll go, "Look out!"
She'll snatch her ham free, and that grapple check is going to fail as she looks around and says, "What's going on?"
Hold on, inspiration.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've got one still. Hang on, I gotta check my notes. Yes, I got a standard inspiration pretty recently.
She rolled a 14, by the way, to contest you.
Okay.
After her bonuses.
Come on, rolls.
Well,
Wow.
you are able to fake XV is going to jump to the side as you say look out. She turns and says, "At what?" And then you are able to grab her wrists. She is grappled.
Okay.
With that, I think Brewbark and us, now that we know where they are, we're gonna probably go much towards them.
As fast as the crowd will let us.
Okay.
Exactly.
You guys begin heading towards. C's and XV and Regus. They're you guys are
Timbuktu
able
is
to
stupid fast.
get,
Stupid fast Timbuktu beats us there.
you guys are able to get within. You guys are able to get within 10 feet of each other. There is.
Hang on a sec.
Go ahead.
When C's grabs fake XV, he's also going to pop his shield out and put it in front of her, like he's guarding her, but he's also keeping her from seeing the other XV.
You can do that, but it's not going to be entirely effective.
Okay.
Like,
he's
there's
doing
only
his
so
best.
much vision, you're able to block. Eventually, XV...
It's a full-size shield right in front of her face.
As you are dragging her, she's
Yeah.
going to pull her hand free. You'll have to roll me another check.
Okay.
As she says, unhand me.
Stay here. There's going to be shots soon. Hold on. He's trying to convince her to not try to pull away. Like, as if he's guarding her.
XV is going to just move her wrist in that way to kind of, break her hand out of your grip and say, I wish you would have had that enthusiasm back in Geokyphros.
Yeah, and if I could move 3 times faster than my normal speed, then I would have been able to do something about that. Quit your bitching.
At which point, you guys are melee, or not melee, within 10 feet of the rest of the party. XV is going to yelp, looking at XV.
I think now is a good time to explain. The XP that is with us is the real XP. The XP that's with you is a doppelganger. We cannot let her escape.
XP points at the other XP and goes, she's the fake.
That's all I wanted from this session. Just saying.
XV is going to look incredulous and insulted and say, I'm the fake?
What did we make our banner out of? Looks at the XV with the blue scarf. You answer.
XP's going to telepathically say, wasn't that a giant frog skin?
Good enough.
Out of Nam Gigante.
Brandon, is there a rule for going from grappled to restrained? Can I wrap my chain around her?
You would have to have you would have to be able to restrain somebody, which I would say would be another contested check.
Let's do it.
Before you're able to do that, she's going to step backwards and say, well...
I'm not letting her go. Wouldn't she have to break my grapple to step back?
She has broken your grapple.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab her again.
With a, when you rolled a 19... Stop!
Sorry,
when
feeling
you rolled
grabby today.
a 19, she rolled a 22 against that.
Okay.
All right.
Grabs her again when the opportunity arises.
Okay. Actually, before that, give me an initiative roll, because she's not going to let you just walk up. And then I will let you keep that roll on your turn.
Okay.
Okay. So, at that, she is going to, ready a action and say, look, I'm sure we can sort this out. You think I'm the fake, but I would posture, and she's going to turn and run. At that, she takes a dash action through the marketplace. And
No one is going to outrun Timbuktu. I'm just going to say that.
Well, do something with it.
As she begins sprinting away, she breaks into the crowd running around different wagons, people, carriages, horses. You can see the path of her sprint. However, unfortunately, you guys do lose sight of XV. If you guys want to chase her, you can.
Damn right I do.
Yeah, I want to.
So, Brandon.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We're going to be in a chase sequence, and I'm going to give you guys the additional benefit of perception checks during this chase sequence. So to begin it, everybody will have a successful first round if they can perceive her. You guys do not see a second XV as you're scanning the crowd. You do see people moving in different directions and people moving away from you. You guys are rolling perception checks against her new clone.
Brandon, you probably have to roll for Timbuktu, probably. Maybe.
Roll for who? Timbuktu? Okay.
Never mind, he rolled.
All right. As she takes off, you guys are going to lose sight of her. However, there is another person. There's a man standing next to, I'll say, a set of barrels, because why not? We're in a city. He has some stuff dropped on the floor, and he is looking rather chagrined and upset over it in a direction, and in that direction you also see him running away from the same scene. You guys have identified the doppelganger. Seize and Timbuktu, you can chase after her. The rest of the party can follow Seize and Timbuktu. However, you guys are all a step behind them. Everybody, give me a d20.
Hang on a sec. Can I get, with a dash action, can he close the distance? Can Seize close the distance?
Can Seize close the distance on? No, she is incredibly fast. The only person who's going to be able to close the distance is going to be Timbuktu.
Okay. As he's running and as Timbuktu's passing him, toss Timbuktu a bag of caltrops.
Okay,
Here.
Give me a d20 roll for everyone. XV. Okay, Timbuktu, with your dash and step of the wind, you are able to get within melee. If you can keep your successful checks, you can start using your bonus action to do other shenanigans. Okay.
I've also got a inspiration for what's it called? 15 feet of movement. I think now's the time that I'd like to do that to keep up with Timbuktu as much as I can.
Okay, I will give you the same benefit as Timbuktu. If you can keep your successful rolls, you'll be able to eventually get a action in. All right.
If I have line of sight, can I do hold person?
Yes and no. I will let you guys know what is happening. XV, a large obstacle, such as a cart, blocks your way. Make a DC 15 acrobatics check to get past it. On a failed check, the obstacle is going to as you chase after everybody else, going past the thoroughfare, another group of people moving on this road. They're in a rush to get the stuff to where it's going, and you're almost trampled for a second. You stop, move around the cart.
Yeah, I'm also going to assume that XP's just tired from breaking out of their jail cell last night.
Okay. So, Brewbark, you are able to keep pace as you're not keep pace, you're able to catch up to everybody else. So you're at 1 success rather than, one failure. Sees. She cuts into an alleyway. You are forced to make a sharp turn to avoid colliding with something. Make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw to navigate the turn. Alright, Sees, you're going to run shoulder first into the wall. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you collide with a wall, and you get ready to run down the alleyway. And we had a 9. Tumbutu, as you give chase, this happens, as you guys go shooting into the alleyway. A overzealous guard is going to mistake you for someone else. The guard looks at you and says, "Hey, you're supposed to be at Glacius Watch, you little gov! Come back here!" If you run past him, he is going to take an attack of opportunity at you. Do you continue? Okay. D20, 17 plus 3, 20 versus your AC. I'm assuming that hits, and he's going to deal 3 points of damage as he pulls out a spear and tries to... I'll say 3 points of bludgeoning damage as he pulls out a spear and tries to trip you up. And also, if it's a man, this is probably a Sun Yeth official. And he will join in the chase sequence until he recognizes you're not who he thinks you are. Okay, with that, let's see, that's everybody. Regus, do you just want to chill and watch this unfold?
He's muted right now, I don't know.
Okay. I will roll Regis's stuff on my own. For now, I'm gonna say Regus is going to stand by and protect Tayden. If he comes back and he wants to join into this chase sequence, I will update him.
I didn't realize that my mic was muted.
Oh, okay. Did you want to join this chase sequence?
Yes, I thought I thought that it was just being ignored, but like I said, my mic was muted. Apologies. Regis had as soon as there was a second one, he had drawn his hammer and said, "Who do I have to hit?" And then he is flat out full giving chase. Hammer drawn.
Okay, so
and he has a run speed of 35 feet. So I think he's a little faster than C's.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit.
So I rolled your first check or I just rolled the first D20 for you. Regus is smaller than everybody else. Like, as C's and, Brewbark
I
barrel
can-
towards this person, like, people
I
are
have
kind
the
of
ability
moving
to
out of the
move
way.
through enemy spaces.
Yes, a crowd does block your way. You're going to have to spend your time pushing through or weaving around their legs. Make a DC 10 strength check or dexterity check to weave your way unimpeded. They know get out of the metal man's way, but the tiny little halfling with the hammer. Well, okay. You are able to. You're able to, if you want.
I'm like Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, you can weave with the wind, or you can just flip over them, and you give chase. All right. Let's see who has a success this round. Tumbutu.
Eric does. Well, I have a 19 for my D20, and I'm in chase.
Yeah, Tumbutu, and Tumbutu and Regus and
Brewbark.
Give me perception checks as you turn the corner in the alleyway.
God, I have horrible perception.
All right. As you guys turn the corner, again, you have lost her. Unfortunately,
how many people are in this alleyway?
Unfortunately, as you guys are looking around, there is a man bringing his hat.
Sunbutsu had a 21. Is that not good enough?
I'm giving you guys the description right now. As he is wringing his hat, he's gonna say, "The strangest thing, they had my face." Whew. You guys know who you're looking for as you look at him. Looking down the alley, she is standing near a set of crates and begins running again. Not terribly far from you. Tumbutu, you can see her. You can give chase again. Roll me a d20 and everybody can follow Tumbutu.
Brandon, can I do hold person at this point or no?
If you do not, I will give you hold person if you do not get unimpeded.
Okay.
Let's see, 10. All right. So, Tumbutu, you chase after her. She makes a sharp turn into another alley. Same DC 10 dexterity check as she weaves through these rolls. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to say for Brewbark, same thing. You start casting. She shoots into an alley. You run to keep her in your vision. Turning, somebody in this alleyway opens a door, and it is just like, come on! Give me a DC 15 dexterity check to get out of the way of it. Two, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You run shoulder first into an alleyway. Sees Brewbark. You are able to stop because you are just trying to cast. You're not like running full speed at her. You lose 10 feet. Or rather, 10 feet is treated as difficult terrain as you have to go around this open door and this person who's, throwing stuff out into the alley, like probably buckets of like gruel or slop that's gone, bad. And it's like, come on, we're in the middle of something here. Get out of the way, dude. Sees as you go into, or rather as you run into this alley, there is going to be the Sunyeth official chasing chasing Tumbutu, and he's going to stop you and say, "Sir, that goblin you're running with, is he the vicious Malanbite from the hills of Morzia? I need you to stay back for your safety."
So Cease doesn't stop at all. He says, "Nope, definitely not the one. But that other one up there is a thief and a doppelganger," and he keeps running.
Okay, make me a charisma check.
Well, can I do?
Asking.
I don't have that.
Okay, he's gonna. A thief and a what? Sir, slow down! He's going to give me a contested athletics check as he grapples you and he tries to question you on this situation.
Damn it.
Question.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be easier to recognize the doppelganger since they're still wearing XV's gear?
They do have XV's backpack on.
Yeah.
That is true. I will keep that in mind for these checks. Sees, he puts his hand on your shoulder. I'm not reducing your speed to 0. Instead, you're going to yank him around with you as he, same thing as Brewbark, 10 feet of difficult terrain. And he's going to say, "Sir, it's my job to protect the citizens of Lunagai. If you could just, for a moment," as he...
I'm trying to help.
As he follows Timbuktu. I think that's everybody except Regus. Regus, did you give me a d20?
I'll
roll me one flat d20. And then we can move forward. I can roll it for you if you want me to. Okay, you got it. Same thing.
What?
Everybody is like moving down this second alleyway. Regus and you are barreling through with your hammer. Whoever was running, that kitchen, them and their workers have walked out into the alley and they're like looking at, the party barreling down through it and they're gawking. Another DC 10 dexterity or strength check to get past them unimpeded.
Who has to make it? Just Regis?
Regus, yes.
Okay, sorry.
All right, and so at that, Regus, you become the wind, dodging around them, and then you slip on the grime that they threw out into the alley. You don't fall prone or anything, but you lose a bit of your footing. That said, I think... Oh, wait, she's got to make these too. All right. Before she is able to get away, because I think everybody was impeded. Wait, Brewbark. Yeah, Brewbark was impeded. Your DC was 15. Okay. There is a set of barrels in front of her, and it is a DC 10 check. Okay. As you guys keep chasing her, you turn the final alleyway. You are going to... and you know what? I'll roll her a percentage check on this. You guys turn the... it's going to be a 1 in 5 chance she discards the bag, as she cannot shapeshift it. And I'm going to say 1 through 20, she discards it, and 21 and higher, she does not. 20! Okay, well, as you turn the alleyway, there's an entire maze of barrels and crates here of clean water. You can all see her in the distance, or what you presume to be her, as she now has another different face. She is hopping up the sides of these onto a roof. As soon as she gets onto the roof, she is on the other side of it and out of your guys' vision. Anybody... I'm not going to make you guys roll on the chase table. If you guys want to pursue her, this is going to get a lot more dangerous. You guys are in the upper terrace of the... you guys are in the upper city. Very close to the... or very close to moving towards the lower sections of the city. She has leapt and started climbing onto building tops. Presumably anybody can follow her, navigating the same checks as her. However, she is a sentient shadow. This is a little bit easier for her than you guys.
How high up
I have a
is she?
question.
It's a DC... I will take that question in a second. It is a DC 10 check to navigate these barrels and to be at a point where you can use your standing leap to get onto the building. It takes nothing to use your standing leap as long as you have 10 strength. If you have less than 10 strength, I'll have to look at the jumping rules. What is your question, Eric?
It's a two-parter. One is Butu was saying that he wanted to throw a dart and hit them in the foot to slow them down on his turn.
Okay.
Is that possible? And if so, and he had typed that in a couple minutes ago.
Okay. I'm going to give her 20 plus a D100 of feet away from you guys. And then plus all of the vertical height. Okay, she is 65 feet away from you guys. Vertical height, the stack of crates and barrels she leaps off of, and then onto the first floor roof that she's able to get onto here, which would be some sort of awning, and then onto the and then moving up and getting onto the next floor and the other side of this. I'm gonna say she's about 20 feet in the air. I can Pythagorean theorem that, but I'm just going to estimate she's about 70 feet away from you guys. What is your throw speed for Timbuktu? Or, not your throw speed. What is the distance of the thrown darts? I can look it up if you don't have it.
I think.
Dart's a 2060 weapon.
Okay.
On the other hand, Timbuktu should have no problem closing the distance first.
Yeah.
At least horizontally. And then would be in range for a vertical throw.
I'm going to give this... give me an initiative roll for Timbuktu. And here's what's going to happen. You turn the corner, and she is moving up the barrels. If she gets onto the roof and onto the other side of it, she is out of your vision. As she's climbing, you can throw the dart. You're going to have one opportunity to throw this dart at her. You can go ahead and throw the dart. All right, that hits. Give me damage. She is not bloodied, but I will keep that in mind for the future. Because
you had previously said he was aiming for the ankle. Is that anything? Oh, is second action, second dart?
I'm giving this to you as a as kind of a cinematic thing for doing so well in the chase. We're not going to end this whole scene here. We're probably going to pick up on the rooftops next session. That said, for me, if you guys choose to chase her down over the rooftops, that's going to be fun and its own thing that we can handle next session. I just need to know, do you guys climb up the boxes or do you let her go? Because I'm going to need a DC 10 check for anyone trying to get onto the roofs.
So, Brandon,
Yes.
a few things here. Can I get my 26 that I rolled a while back that I never actually got to grapple with? And
Whoops.
run forward, burn the action surge to actually be able to attack at the end of a dash, and use the Earth Rycraft trick to wrap the chain around her ankle or body somewhere.
No, I'm going to say that's too much.
Okay. Then can I just get an attack at the end of the dash using an action surge?
So this character is essentially a rogue in disguise. She's incredibly fast and incredibly agile. C's has not been able to keep up with her. I would say, like, by the time you get to her, if you action surge, as she's leaping onto the roof, like, you're going to be about on point with Tumbutu, who has been, successfully beating a lot of these. He's only failed, like, one check so far.
Okay. Well, he's just going to run up and try to make the climb.
Okay. You guys are able... give me the DC 10 checks to get up these crates. And
Thank
we
you.
will pick up here next session on the rooftop. And I'm just going to arrange my cards in a way so I know who's up there and who's not. All right. Regis. I think you're the only person who didn't make it up the crates. And actually
I
didn't
accidentally
try.
did a strength check.
I thought I lost her after I got stalked by the crowd of people at the very beginning with that one.
I mean, yes, you did, but you can keep chasing where your party's going.
I gave up at that point.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. I accidentally did a strength instead of the...
Yeah, but it's
The
the
check weird.
same roll for you. So I will take the 21, but there'll just be like a small delay to it. Okay, we'll pick up here next session. Everybody's going to be able to climb up there except XV, who's just like, bump that. I just want to go home and go to sleep. XV, you and Tayden are going to follow behind the party slowly. You find your satchel has been discarded. And I will roll one last check. And this is where we will end tonight.
By satchel, you mean backpack?
Yes.
Okay.
XV. Rummaging through your stuff, everything is there. One of your daggers is missing. I'm just going to put it down to... Okay, yeah, you marked it as one on your sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
With that, we will pick up here next session on the tops of Sky's Reach. This will be fun. Okay. Let's do experience for tonight. Weirdly, I'm gonna give you guys experience for a storyline that just got randomly introduced.
Out of hand?
Yeah, I rolled up Naoro for later, and your guys' time in Sky's Reach was just like, okay, I'll do this with this cloth merchant. This will be fun. And it's just like, I'm gonna look for a cloth merchant. It's like, well, funny you should ask. So I'm just gonna give you a by happenstance experience tonight. I'll also give you guys major experience for sorting out XV. Is not like the others. You guys also have a cursed dagger. I'm gonna give you guys minor experience for somebody kidnapped or abducted or ran the Fey Felon Circle very quickly out of Sky's reach. With that, I'm going to say 1,500 experience for tonight. And our next session will be on the 16th. Thank you everybody for watching. We're going to end here.